let him tell you nothing, baby. We can't.
So, in honesty, I didn't want to do a Christmas movie because of, well, me just celebrating winter solstice. But when I saw this movie after Tink was like, you need to see this, you need to see this, you need to see this, when I already wanted to see it when I saw the trailer of it, I was pleasantly surprised by it because for a couple of weeks now, I was just watching some of the reviews coming from the channel Awesome people that I really admire, like Rob and Rob and Doug Walker, Brad Jones. I think I saw CR talking about it a little bit, and I was like, I want to see this, even though I already set my mind to it. And so I finally sat down and saw the Christmas horror film Krampus. And where a lot of people were just saying that it's hilariously stupid, I just thought it was stupidly hilarious. The giant inverse of that. And it's kind of because I remember hearing the Germanic tale a lot worse growing up instead of just kind of BS going on. Okay, but for all things, I'm just going to do the spoiler free section first before we get into it because a lot of people still haven't seen the film. So here's the spoiler free. In a town where people are being so consumed by the greed and trying to just make sure they have all the material stuff about Christmas, this one little boy is so angry about the holidays that his emotions summon the Germanic anti-Santa known as Krampus to come and torture the whole entire town and punish those that made the boy feel upset. From that point, we get a whole lot of scary imagery, a whole lot of jump cuts, CGI characters that look so ridiculously stupid that I swear to God, I thought I went back to the 80s on an LSD trip. And we end up with a man with chains and goat feet just going around with chains, just scaring the shit out of people. So there you have the spoiler free section. Was it bad? Was it good? Honestly, that's just what you see from the trailer. But if you haven't seen the movie as of yet and you want to still see it, stop the movie here. No, stop the video right here. Go see the movie. Come back here. And then we can go through all the details. But if you do not care about the details and just want to hear someone else talk about it instead of going to see it in theaters because movie tickets are expensive, then we can continue. So the film starts out with some of the traditional Christmas music where you're just like, oh, it's gonna be a nice little pickup film and whatnot. No, it was the reflection of modern day Christmas of people bum rushing others to tackle them, attack them, make them feel very uncomfortable as they're just snatching gifts out their hands, and a whole assortment of other things that were just so modern day Christmassy. And to top it all off, we then have one of the main characters, Max Engel, played by MJ Anthony, beating up a kid at a Christmas pageant at a school because they were talking shit about Santa Claus for some reason. Honestly, when you're 10 years old, I kind of think the Santa Claus story has to end. I mean, I didn't really believe in Santa because I grew up without any chimneys, so I was just like, how the hell is it supposed to get in here? Just bum rush the door with his foot going like, whoosh, Happy Christmas, motherfucker! But that's just how my mind works when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't know how the people would perceive it. Would you just go through the window like a sneaky thief, like, I'm gonna give these kids some presents? That just seems like a pedophile when you kind of put it in that kind of perspective. But I digress. We then move on to the remainder of this beginning of the story. And it kind of starts off, as you'd expect, with a very traditional portrayal of the Christmas Carol on TV as an old lady that mostly speaks German throughout the film, named Omi. I'm guessing it's the grandma for the little boy, played by Krista Sadler, a very profound German actress, by the way. just making all these gifts and stuff for the people that are coming into dinner because big shock. Dum dum dum. Someone's sister and marital family is coming to visit. Yeah, like we haven't had that kind of story happen before. No, no. We're just all supposed to not relate to that. So then we meet the rest of our cast of Tom and Sarah Engel, played respectively by Adam Scott from Parks and Recreation's fame, and Tony Coletta playing as Sarah Engel, which if you watch the trailer, you'd swear is a lookalike of Uma Thurman when you kind of think about it. And then we're introduced to the daughter and Max's sister, Beth Engel, played by Stephania Lavie Owen. Honestly, that is a mouthful of a name. Just stick with Stephania Owen. And they're just talking BS about the whole holidays, about how to share the holidays with the in-laws, how they don't like that they share with the in-laws. They're mad about it. They don't know what to do. They're all upset. It is a catastrophe through and through. And Omi is just in the kitchen, just like, these stupid motherfuckers. How dare they say this is stupid? Go to Germany back in the old day, where we were civilians, and you'd see true horror. I tell you, you know nothing, you stupid bitches. Honestly, that's how I kind of saw her look every time she just looked around all displeased. Like how normal grandmas look. We're like, just stupid bitch. And it's kind of beautiful in a way. Even when she's just trying to cheer up the boy who is getting punished for punching the guy for saying bad stuff about Santa Claus when he's already 10. Eh. And she's even just trying to comfort him, saying that she still believes in Santa. We'll get into the reasons why later on. And as the festivities continue on, we then have to deal with certain other stuff like marital problems of a guy not being home a lot, the daughter just wanting to be with her boyfriend and smoke pot. Oh, that's a kind of new thing. I guess since pot is now legalized, they're trying to put it in all movies again. And the whole thing of keeping the tradition alive and making sure that the children are happy. Which is good laissez-faire for a Christmas film. And then it's derailed mad quick when we're all of a sudden treated to a vibrating earthquake-related kind of scene of a Hummer going into the front lawn to park to symbolize the marital family coming in to visit. And whose marital family is it? It's Sarah's sister Linda, played by Allison Tolman, and her husband Howard, played by David Cochran. He's been in a lot of films. Like, you see that one guy with the giant bald dome and some hair around him, kind of looking like one of the Three Stooges, but more successful, and that's him. He also brings in his children of Howard Jr. and these two girls of Jordan and Sarah. Jordan and I forget the other girl's name. It's kind of bugging me now. And it's kind of the opposite of their family because the Engels, they're prestigious. They have manners. They know how to conduct themselves. And Linda and her husband, they are as country as ham. And you want to know what makes it a whole lot more hilarious for certain people? The inclusion of Conchata Farrell, who you guys probably remember is Bertha from Two and a Half Men, being portrayed as Aunt Dorothy, the very southern kind of relative that's just always in the business and trying to make sure that her way is best. And mostly throughout the whole film, I just kind of felt uncomfortable watching her because her humor wasn't for me. Mostly because throughout some of her scenes, it kind of came off a tad bit overly racist. Yeah, no. So how does this whole thing pan out? Well, let's see. Howie Jr. is kind of played as a guy that doesn't really seem functional mentally, where he's just always in the scene like literally that's all he does in every scene he's in. He's just like, you could have just put a whole sound effect of and we would have gotten the same exact thing. And then with the two girls, who I just remembered are Stevie and Jordan, they are pretty much the Thomas tomboys you'd probably ever see. Like, instead of being like their cousin who's kind of girly, has a boyfriend, is probably very sexually active, the two girls are very, very into wrestling and harming others, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. Actually, that's more than both. God, English is hard to remember. And it just gets into a whole new fray of stupid upon stupid upon stupid. Where it goes from a Christmas dinner gone wrong, Max getting mad because he just wanted Christmas back to the way it used to be before materialistic stuff got in the way, and a whole slew of other stuff that just gets so tedious and boring when you're just like, this has already happened to every Christmas family. Let it go, kid. Just go to therapy like the rest of us. But no, no, no. He decides to just storm to his room after saying that he hates Christmas and hates everyone. And the old grandma's just like, that poor boy. He lost his faith in the miracle of Christmas. I wonder if I should give him some new sweets to go with. And throughout that whole moment when they're just trying to cheer him up to get back into the Christmas feel of things, Max then tears up his letter to Santa that he's been writing since the beginning of the, I don't know, the first 10, maybe 9 minutes of the film, throws it out the window, and mysteriously, it goes straight up into the air as soon as the whole half of the moon goes to crescent shape, to then symbolize going into the 23rd day of December, where blizzards are going on, electricity is going out, no one can seem to see or do anything. Rations are going to go low, morale is going even lower. And how do we see our protagonist doing? Let's see, bickering, bitching, being completely useless, tools, and quite frankly, being completely unlikable. Except for Max and Omi, because they're cool. I mean, sure, we get some character development where they kind of find out about other people's shortcomings in life and trying to make amends and stuff, but it comes off as kind of heavy-handed with how they're trying to make it a Christmas-themed kind of movie, since we're so used to that formula. And it kind of doesn't help that when you also are in a horror movie, you have to go to the same cliches, like Beth wanting to go alone to her boyfriend's house because she can't text him or anything. And I say that as the biggest kind of thing for horror movie cliches because as soon as she's alone, as soon as she's just walking to her boyfriend's, do you want to know the bullshit that happens? She sees a shadowy figure just stalking her from the rooftops to then completely follow her as she's running away to then hide under a conveniently placed vehicle with a conveniently dead male person to then hide out. He then just conveniently searches around the entire perimeter to then conveniently leave a gift which she will then stare at instead of run away. Honestly, when you just see that, you're just like, she's gonna get caught. She's gonna get caught. She's gonna get caught. And as soon as the gift is released and some horrible abomination comes out, I have no idea. I only remember the original Krampus tale. Comes in and then drags her into the toy thing. We already know that she's gone. We already know that she's caught. But none of the other cast seem to really mention it until it's like super late into the evening. You wouldn't really notice it, but when time is just going by and it's already nightfall and your child is gone, you should have gone hours ago to make sure that she was okay. I'm just saying. So, from there, What else kind of cliche can we put in? We could have two opposites going to the horrible weather to then going to the environment to face that adversary, only to find nothing and then get caught in a trap. No, that'd be too predictable, but it happens. As we have Tom Angle and Howard going to the snow with guns that Howard brought because he's kind of mentally gone when all war is gonna break out any minute kind of mentality. Just going in to make sure that everything is okay. It's just a blizzard. Only to then find a ruined house of Beth's boyfriend that's been taking down several different feats of shit. Like, god dang. And then it just goes into the whole thing of seeing hoof prints after a destroyed chimney is visible and a whole bunch of stuff. Even the front of the house is just ripped apart. You're just like, God, Krampus, why? Why would you do this to this poor house? Oh, and the people in it, but this poor house.
We can't. Don't let them tell you nothing, baby. We can't. Don't let them tell you nothing now. We